we've added an image to our website or our web page, and it's huge, which might be what you want, but in case it isn't, we can change the size with another attribute or another two attributes to the IMG tag. So far, this is our first tag that takes an attribute. It has a name, equals, and then a value. And the value usually goes inside double quotes. And I would recommend that always you should use double quotes. That's been the convention for a long time, even though HTML5 makes the double quotes optional. Now we're going to add another attribute. And this attribute is going to be called, you can see already when we press space, WebStorm knows we want to enter an attribute and lists all the possible attributes. So we can just use our cursor keys and go down, and let's look for one that has to do with width and height. We actually already passed height, but I'm going to go down to width. I'm going to show you what happens if we only change the width and we forget about the height. Look at that. When I press enter, WebStorm automatically puts the equals and the double quotes for us. So let's say that we wanted only 100 pixels wide, and so you don't have to say pixels, you just write 100, and it's actually not really pixels, but you can think of them as pixels for now. So type in 100, and look, it's much smaller, and this is about 100 dots wide. Notice that we didn't put the height in there. So if you don't put the height in there, browsers automatically figure out the height so that it's the same width to height ratio. Or in other words, it's not stretched out in one direction. So this looks very similar to the big version, except in the big version it was bigger. Now if we did put a height, it might get stretched out. Let's try it. So let's write height. Now look at that. WebStorm automatically narrows down the choices based on me typing HE. So I'm just going to press tab now for height to be selected. And let's call that 100. Now this is probably going to be stretched out too tall. So it'll do it as I'm typing. There we go. Now that looks ugly. Best to just leave off the height. Nice.